Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to bring you my February wrap up. Oh my gosh, February is over. I talked so much about February being the best month ever because it's my birth month and Black History Month. Reading wise, I don't know if it was the best month ever. I low-key felt disappointed, but I think these wrap-ups are good because they showed me that, you did finish some quality books, so that's good. Anyways, without rambling forever, let's get into the books that I finished. Okay, so let's start off with my first book, which is The Care and Feeding of Ravenously Hungry Girls. And this is a debut by the author Anissa Gray. This I received as an advanced reading copy. I requested it. This is actually the first book that I've ever requested to receive a copy for. So wow, right? And I received it because I really wanted to read it. It's described as a book about mothers, sisters, the family, and the bonds, and this whole dazzling, page-turning story. And I was like, this sounds really good. And it's a debut novel. It's received pretty good reviews as far as those who had read it before. Terry McMillan gave it reviews. People said if you like American Marriage, all this other stuff. Let's go into how I felt about the book. So this book, the author states that the inspiration behind this, she was trying to write about a girl who suffered from an eating disorder. And in that process, she realized she had to basically, this is the story that was bred from it. And I love that because in this book touches on so many different things, from family to the relationships that are formed to how you could be in one family, like multiple people in one family, and you all have different perspectives or different issues and different things that you're battling due to your upbringing, and how to either stop the cycle with you, continue it forward, how different things affect you. And it's like a very complex story that was told here. And, some of the characters deal with mental health issues, and it dives into that, but that's not the focus of the story. The story is the focus of these sisters and this bond, as well as how family comes together in cases of tragedy, and how there's certain traumas that we kind of put to the side and don't address. I'm going to go way more in depth in this because this deserves its own kind of like synopsis in my reading vlog in Cape Town when I read this. So definitely stay tuned for that. I just have to edit. I've been so behind. But all in all, if you want to know how I felt about it, I really enjoyed the book. I really, really did enjoy the book, and we'll dive a little deeper in my more in-depth review. Ooh, okay, so actually sticking with color, next up, this is really funny that this is the book that I have on my book. But I really read this book. I really wanted to read it. This is Radiant Child, and it's the story of young artist Jean-Michel Basquiat, and it's by Javaka Steptoe, which is the son. Do you guys remember Mufarah's Beautiful Daughters? I'll put that up there. But that is his son, and that was my favorite book as a child. So I was like, whoa, okay, your son writes children's books and it looks so beautiful. So I was like, let me go ahead and take a look. And this is gorgeous. Like the art in here, like I can't even begin. Like such beautiful illustrations. And he illustrated the book. Like he wrote and illustrated this. And I mean, you just have to read this book. Like, I don't care if you have kids or if you don't. If you know a child, get them this book because it's just beautiful. And I feel like the same feelings that I felt as a little girl reading Mufarah's Beautiful Daughters and seeing those images and that impact, like I want to pass that on to my kids. I want to pass that on to any little brown girl or boy who feels like they're not seen in literature, so they can have that experience, as well as to anybody so they can see differences and different perspectives. And it's just beautifully done. It's more of a story about his relationship with his mother, as well as his talent and who he grows up to become. And it's just such a cute story. This is one I checked out from the library, but I am actually going to purchase for my future child. Next up, How Long Till Black Future Month? This is a short story collection of sci-fi, science fiction. So, wow, right? Like, it's crazy to take on science fiction in short story form. Short stories to me are already hard to master and hard to really get me, but I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was actually the selection that you guys chose for us to discuss on the live chat. But yeah, check out the live to see how everybody else felt about this book. But as far as your girl here, I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Actually took me a lot longer to get through it than I thought it was, because the stories are all these different worlds. Like, I feel like the sci-fi lovers will love this, as well as people who don't normally like science fiction. There's stories here for you as well. It starts off a little slow, where at first I was like, ooh, what did I pick? Then I was like, wow. Like, there are some 5-star stories in here. There's no story was horrible. That's the other thing. There was not one short story where I was like, oh my gosh, wasting my time reading that. Like, this was a good balance, but I'll dive more into that in the live chat. So if you missed the live chat, you could watch the replay, comment there as well, and we can continue the discussion there. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. And I guess watch the live chat if you don't mind spoilers, or if you already read the book, because I'm going to be talking about the different short stories and all that in there. But this was a 4-star for me. You guys already saw how I felt about this. This is A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. It's part of the Reluctant Royal series, and oh my gosh, you guys are so right. When I was watching it back, I realized I was cheesing so hard, and I'm like, are you blushing? Like, just talking about this book? But it's more so like, I really enjoyed the book. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. Like, certain books just spark joy, and this is what this did for me. This was a delicious read. Like, I enjoyed reading it, and I feel like when romance is done right and is done good and it's still creative writing and like gets you whirlwind into the story, even if you kind of have a feeling how things are gonna spin out and end, but it has you that hooked. That's good writing and good storytelling, and that's what I feel like this author did. And I'm so excited to read the rest of the series. I feel like I just found a new little series, as well as a new little author for me to dive into. She has so many books, and you guys know I like this. Like, you could tell the joy is genuine from here. But yeah. So I guess all in all, my reading month wasn't horrible, but I felt like I just didn't read that much. Like, when I got off of vacation, I had to get back into, I'm still adjusting back to reality, catching up at work, at my job. You guys probably don't know, I work in finance, project management, and yeah, it's a lot. And I'm trying to catch back, getting into that and just to the real world and all this other stuff. And my reading has taken a back seat. And I'm going to try to do better this month, because that's self-care for me. But yeah, all in all, though, the books that I did read, I thoroughly enjoyed. What did you guys read during Black History Month? What did you guys read for February? I would love to know if there was anything that came from it that you guys are like, oh, this will be a good pick-me-up for me. And yeah, as always, love and light. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I won't ramble anymore. Bye.